Ever get the feeling you've been cheated?
This is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. And it could blow your head clean off. Do you feel lucky?
As one of the greatest action movie stars of all time, Clint Eastwood is an icon for good reason. Before mansplaining and microaggressive misogyny became a thing, the manly movie star ruled Hollywood, and none was more manly or represented the patriarchy more than Eastwood. With so many classic movies to choose from, it's hard to know where to start. Here are my personal favourites, and be warned, all of these films come with a trigger warning. So let's start with Dirty Harry. Over 40 years after this iconic film was made, it remains as relevant today as it did back then. A play-by-his-own-rules cop cleans up San Francisco, despite the best efforts of their ineffective politicians. Although I can imagine a loose cannon like Callahan being put on poop patrol in San Francisco's feces-ridden streets today. It's top of the PC Police's cancel list for a reason. Give this one a viewing if you haven't already. It's Eastwood at his badass best.
Why do they call you Dirty Harry?
Well, that's one thing about our Harry. Doesn't play any favorites. Harry hates everybody. Limeys, Nicks, Hebes, Fat Dagos, niggers, honkies, chinks, you name it.
How's he feel about Mexicans?
Ask him.
Especially Spicks.
The only other Dirty Harry movie to make my list is the superb Magnum Force. It is one of the few sequels that doesn't disappoint. The original movie may be a superior product, but this is my favourite of the 5 Dirty Harry films. After taking the law into his own hands in the original, this time Harry stands up to the vigilante death squad. This film is a warning of what taking the law into your own hands leads to. It may seem like a good idea to exterminate mob bosses and take out pimps, but it never ends well.
You heroes have killed a dozen people this week. What are you gonna do next week?
Kill a dozen more.
Is that what you guys are all about? Being heroes?
All our heroes are dead.
Before the Shawshank Redemption or Prison Break, there was Escape from Alcatraz. This did they or didn't they escape movie, unlike most of the other films on this list, isn't an action-packed adventure, but more of a drama with lots of suspense.
I may have found a way out of here.
Next on the list is the World War II drama, Where Eagles Dare. Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton in a World War II action movie based on an Alistair MacLean book. What's not to like? There is action galore and enough plot twists to keep you guessing till the end.
Look, Major, this is primarily a British operation. I'm an American. I don't even know why the hell I'm here.
Lieutenant, you're here because you're an American.
A bank heist behind enemy lines during the Second World War sounds as great as it is in reality. Out of all of Eastwood films, I've watched Kelly's Heroes more than any other. The rewatchability factor is off the charts. Great cast, great story, great action, makes a great film. Also, this is Donald Sutherland's best performance in any movie. Eastwood is probably best known for his cowboy movies, so let's start with A Fistful of Dollars. The story is based on the film genius of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo. This great foundation is built upon by 3 more geniuses of the craft: director Sergio Leone, composer Ennio Morricone, and Eastwood. What it produces is movie magic of the highest order. After Fistful, Leone, Morricone and Eastwood teamed up again for a few dollars more. which is my favourite of the three spaghetti westerns. The critics love The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and Fistful is arguably a better film, but like Magnum Force, I just love this sequel movie. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is considered to be one of the greatest westerns of all time for a reason. It is a sublime piece of art. Eastwood, Cleef and Wallach are all fantastic. There is so much to admire about this film, I wouldn't know where to start. It is Sergio Leone's pinnacle and a must-see for anyone who has a love of modern cinema. During Eastwood's 70s incarnation of the Western, things became a little darker, and although I'm not a fan of all of his movies from this period, The Outlaw Josie Wales more than holds up. There's some great set pieces, memorable moments, and great dialogue.
Josie Wales.
Let's see.
The last of Eastwood's classic cowboy movies, but certainly not the least, The Unforgiven rounds off his career in cowboy flicks with a fitting farewell to the genre. His performance is second to none, which is high praise indeed when you are acting alongside the likes of Gene Hackman, Richard Harris, and the always marvellous Morgan Freeman.
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man. You take away all he's got, and all he's ever gonna have.
Yeah. Well, I guess they had it coming.
We all have it coming, kid.
On the Manly Meter, each one of these films gets a 5, so I guess we're on a top score of 50, which makes Clint Eastwood the most manly man ever.
Man's got to know his limitations.